Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Milan. How are you? Let me see if it is streaming. It gave me an error. Okay, this is working. Good, good, good. Okay. Hello, Milan. So I wanted to ask you about timestamp. Do you need a feedback session as well, a special session? It will be great. Like what I was thinking about feedback session is like to timestamp whom we have given feedback, so we can simply give them timestamp from there. Like if we know like from here we have started feedbacks, and it's okay. Like if you don't want to, if it takes time to give name, put names there, like whom we are giving feedback for. Like maybe we are covering some reference or something like that. So that will be helpful because in feedback also we cover sometimes workflows and specific topic. FAQ, it could, so it become a really good FAQ basically if we do. Yeah, I'm good as well. Good as well. I totally lost the track of time today. I wanted to start a bit early, but then totally forgot about it. So in there, so let me run up there. Like, and yeah, you can just give first name, their first name, add there, and feedback session, and you can just put their first name in there. So no need to put full name, but first name is fine. So I will copy and they can watch from the feedback session also. But because last time you remember we were sending it, and then they have to watch and find it out. But it will be a little bit helpful for them and for us also to document it basically. But it's totally fine. We can send them if there is nothing specific other than feedback. Like 1 hour session, it totally fine. They can quickly hover through the session and know where is happening what. So don't need to worry about that. So but overall, like if it's a big one, there is a certain workflow we covered. Like we covered trim sheets in one, right? So that type of thing is good. Like sculpting we covered in one, and we covered rocks, right? Other things, textures and materials. So if there is something specific, that's wonderful. Otherwise it's fine. Okay, so other than that, all is good. See, people are working on stuff all the time. There's a lot of stuff. I don't know if it's gonna be restored. Let's see. Here, I haven't done much progress after our last session. I really want to try to work afterwards, but majoritarily fail, and something happened. Let me save it as, and then I will share the screen. For on Discord, I haven't tried because I'm not doing it on Discord because I want to keep it there. Like I surely know you can stream it on multiple session. I was trying to set up Twitch, but it's really difficult. Other than that, there are tools which can help you stream on multiple platforms at once. Basically, you stream on there and then stream it other ways. But if you do it from the computer, then basically it split the upload data, no? So if you don't have speed and cost, I don't know how much it was, like 20-30 dollar a month, I think it will be those streaming services which stream on multiple platform basically. But we'll see. I don't know how many people want to. I will try to link it to the local Discord, and then we'll see, and Twitch and Discord. Maybe next week we can try streaming it there and see how it will be. But I know, like if you don't have the premium Discord, then you can stream up to 720. And but if you have, then you can do the higher one. I don't know how much is the Discord premium. I don't know how much it is. So, yeah. So but on YouTube you can do as much as you want, no? So not an issue there. But what we can do is mainly I wanted to keep it in one place, so like because everyone have YouTube or in general. So nice. Now it disconnected. Why? Okay. Yeah, definitely. There is. Wait. Yeah. So basically, what I will try is try to put a stream while I'm doing here on Twitch. But basically, my goal was to keep all the knowledge in Discord and all the streams in YouTube. Basically, here, there I want to build a community on Twitch. I believe it also the streams don't stay longer than a week. It's just go hidden or something like that. I don't know. So you have to take premium or something like that, I think. But no worries. Okay. So here is from our last time we just simply did. I noticed something is here floating from our last time, and I don't know why. Okay. Is it still working? Yes. Okay. So so this one we can definitely now stop playing with it. We can say no static meshes. Received, and now it will not have and we can also inside this is really powerful. You can give landscape layers and other things. We are not focusing on that now. Let me see this. So where from this came, like it is there, and how? What is this mesh? Let me see if it's coming from Blender like this. Church. Maybe we imported the mesh with the mirror modifier. That's why it came like this. So that we have to fix. I think yeah, when I think these did not have the tiles, so when we said link tiles, link modifiers, we just accidentally brought in. mm, we have, yeah, it is here. So something is wrong with this here. I think we accidentally saved it. That's not good for us. Inventory did not open. Okay, this took some time. Okay, so here, this is the one, don't have any modifier. Here, see, I think it's when we applied, we did not check. Now it is not. Select and we say export. Gonna take a little time. Okay, am I doing it? This is the piece, so we can re-import this. Did not export yet. Yeah, it's still exporting. Hello, designer. How are you? Why it takes so long for these? This is just a mesh. Maybe I should reduce the other things and it will. It's really crazy. Like this is also mesh. Why does it take so long for these two? So I can do is remove all these. Remove all this. We can get them from basically from previous file. Okay, let's see. And now we only have church. So truly church file is in church. And there is this old more mesh. Delete this one. This must be, let's test it out now. This one. We'll re-import here. Still going. And this is really weird because last time we set it up on Vulkan also, they promised it will be super fast. The Vulkan, it took 75 still, so I don't know. So this should be something wrong. So if we have set it to full Vulkan, why it does not work? It should technically work with the. It should be much faster with this. I don't know why it doesn't work. It's not even that heavy. It's just 20,000 and this is 60. It's just really small mesh. Okay, so but like our things are fixed basically. Yeah, so we have church. Our church was complete, and I was looking into some images and reference. I will show you guys now. So what I did, I searched basically Norway in the art session search. So I will do it again. So here, so I searched Norway. So the very first one I really liked it. Okay, so the first one it came, I really liked it. So I opened that it was from Mr. Raphael. I'm not getting into this trap again where I'm following his concept again. If you don't know about the story, watch. I don't know which stream. Some one of the stream we covered the controversy around Mr. Raphael Lacoste and me. So not following his concept again. Although like he was the best concept arts about like even this bridge one. Like even when I was thinking, I was like, oh, there is a bridge and river, but no, not following his concept arts anymore. Something like this. I remember one of my old colleague made something similar. Maybe we both inspired from the same. But overall, I looked at this concept to try to find more inspiration around how can I make these things. Definitely the scan by William Foucher is one of the ultimate one, right? These are scans. We can definitely make this level. I'm sure we can beat this level, but the only thing is it will take time. But again, we can try. You know, so yeah, this is good. Like we can try replicating some things, and then we can make these textures from scratch in Substance Designer. Uh, these uh, these things, or we can mix and match again different things. I'm a bit rusty in those things, but again, I'm open to try this out. And then there is another one I found really good one from Ellie Major. These trims basically, I just wanted to show this I found. It was really good. uh, and I can show how you can basically make these. And these really, show that God of War thing. I watched the gameplay of God of War also, try to look for more images in there which we can make or maybe utilize inside our thing. Where is our church? So I will still stay true to try to stay true to God of War, like because I love it, and we can try making something like that. This is the real one with some shingles roof, but other things which we can make. Like this is like geometry and with tileable textures can work. But yeah, so this was cool. So what I was planning on our church, we can go in between. Like we can have pillars. I don't have that because I collected some. I don't know where did I kept those images. Somewhere I grabbed few more God of War references and kept it somewhere. So might not be here, might be in somewhere in the tabs, 1,000 tabs I have open. Let me try see if art session tabs are open somewhere else. So we can have a look at it. I don't think so, but yeah, I know where it. I have some of them on my collections. I think I saved in the concept art maybe. No, there's just this one. This one was good too. Nothing to. Yeah, this is. Let's see if there is nothing. I don't think I have saved it, but there were some certain details on the pillar, something like this. So they have these details which we can try to add from there, and we have really good reference here. So what I was thinking, like the main pillars, we can make some big ones which can have more details. We can have smaller one which can have less details, some repetition in there. So that can be done in here on our pillars basically. So let me get in here. So these are the PCs which you have exported. So we can definitely make a version of it. This one, this is the pillar here, so we can keep it. So like imagine this is the, how can I call it, 2A, and this could be the main. We can uh, we can scale it slightly big, and this not so big. So this could be our main pillar, and then exporting is it's really easy. Then once you have it, you just click export, and then somehow why it is heavy, I don't understand. Is there some linking or anything which is making it heavy? I will check. Maybe there is some linking which is making it heavy. So now we have used some placeholder textures. right here. There is some gap, it's not visible from distance, but we need to check why it is not aligning, and the texture is also not aligning, which we need to. But overall is the details basically. Okay, I did something else also. If this hide in, then I can show, like, do we have another one? This really getting to my nerves. It should not take that much long. I think I tried doing the subdivision one. So let me just say, I can save it and I can open, and we have church 8. Yeah. So I think we are working on the old files. Is it church 8 only? Let's see. So basically we can follow some of the details. These are like mostly model work, basically without tileable textures in here. This is again mesh work with some again tileable textures. As we have some modular stuff, we can simply cover it up. Like see in here in the top, this is really cool. We can add this type of designs if we want to stay true to Godward design. But if you want to follow the church, church also have it. See, oh nice. Then we can stay. I will just do it. These shingles we can definitely make. There is this also. I would say like if we can make a cross with this design, could be cool, no? Making this design and then two of these on these sides also. That would be cool too. And there is something more crazy stuff. And the gravestone, like you still need to make the areas around the gravestone. I think this is the design we started initially. Trying to focus this one also. Crows have good stuff, and there is this dragon also. This one, which again extra details. There is this, which definitely will be mesh. This one, these, and there is in the front there is another trim. So we can find out all these and we try to improve our design basically. Yeah. So what happened? I think yes. So we were working on the old file. So this is the new file you see. So what I was trying to showcase here, like I put this tyrant texture here, but basically here what I was doing, adding subdivision and then adding displacement on them. If I show here, yeah, so it's something like that. This look ugly, and because yeah, this is corner piece and this is projected UV, so it might not look good 100%. But yeah, it is here. And if you want to see how this will look, but we need to definitely need to apply. But overall, what I did, I try to showcase this displacement one rather than using this one. We can use displacement one, and in the corner we can manually model it. Right? Manually model these things. Anyway, those will be covered by something here. So this is simple, this tile mesh, and here it looks straight. Maybe there is something below it, but overall, like if you want to keep it, we can keep the same design. We can add cuts and loops in there. So let's match the details which we have there. We need to focus on these few meshes only. Like if you need to make a separate one, we'll make it simply. Okay, so we definitely need to make few more walls because the top ones have these details with the shingles. Bottom one are simple. These one have these details, so that we need to add. We might have to make a few more walls. And what I will do first, I will clean this up and so many these, so I can delete this one. Bridge was like relatively I felt will be easy because we can use two tileable textures, and Church. This is raw, I think. This is again some church meshes. Nothing much. Export is empty. And this one we can again delete. Okay, cool. Now if we get back to our the initial thoughts, if I move this away, let's look at how it looks. So this is how it looks, right? So why I starting with this, because this is this part, no? So we'd have this design in front. There's dragon, there is roof, and roof will have shingles, but we have this corner piece which we can separately make. So make our life easier, because here, if you see, it do not align well, no? So we can cover this mistake up with this trim on the corner simply. Okay, so it's not cheating, but it's how we can do it. And Unreal can handle one single mesh. Maybe it's subdivided, but one single mesh it can handle. To make that single piece is really easy. And then this I duplicated from here because this one was applied and we don't have the mesh face. We forgot to do it. Okay. So basically we replace it with these pieces, basically. So now let's get back to this. So now we have we have two options. Okay, so we have these round options, and we have this option with trim. You guys tell me which one you guys would like to see. I Let's vote. So whichever whoever says whichever design, it's trim or the circular pattern, which is like geometry and mesh. A little bit more UV work, but other than that is totally fine. So let me know which one. So it should be the round circular one, or should it be the trim one? Like here is the trim, and we can make it any. We anyway we have this dragon already, or should we make this round ones? Waiting. Trim. Okay, done then. Okay, so here if it's trim, then we have this geometry, which is good. Yeah, I know. But even if it would have been only me, I would have started doing random stuff, like cleaning up the thing, because in the scene there are a lot of stuff we need to fix. So let's make these elements in there. And like I am also like Mila, like I was so what, like we are on 10th week. It's like third month of the boot camp. There's not that much of Josh in people, but it's okay. I'm totally fine. Is it the same one or the different one? There is, yeah, it's the same one. This one and it have holes also. Look at this. It's okay. Here we the model in there, the sketch file, which had the details as well. So now we know some details. Like if you want to see the trims, there are really good ones. I can show God of War trims. I saw it. We can basically follow it. They made it. I saw it somewhere. It will not be coming. What this is? No, this is fan art. I think all are. Where is the guy? Maybe it is in my sculpting one. We have to see. But we can reference some stuff. Yeah, here there is. I love the chiselness, basically the sculpt. We can go crazy like this also. Yeah, here see there's a pillar. So the one could be simple. This one with the tiny one. If we want to keep this detail, we can make. We can make it one side, and the other side we can keep plain, and the other one is the main one, which could have separate. I think there will be another one, or we can make the scan. Anything we can make. It's totally fine. Yeah, here, good stuff. Okay, so if we look at again our, without getting distracted, look at our thing. In this one, I can see there is this trim in the front, okay, which we can definitely make a flat plank here, and then we can cut it out also. We can make cutout in the trim itself. And second is this is a shingle roof or dragon scale roof, simply with these corners, which can help us, hide our mistakes in the end. In the front, inside, we have, this specific thing. So let's just make that. So here, one thing I will do, I will duplicate these faces and I will separate them out because we have them here. So this one, I will just link it to our roof. Okay, because we will export our main mesh. This one, but there are two. Okay, this is the other one. So because this will export, this will be exported with this one. This will delete anyway. Let's just delete it now only. So if I select this one and link materials, not materials, sorry, link copy modifiers. So we got our decimation. If it is not enough, because our subdivision modifier just go till 6. Okay, so I will make it 3. Okay, and I will duplicate this one. Okay, so just to up. Okay, so now it is more. Okay. And displacement we can increase if we want to, if we're crazy enough. And if we are making the dragon scale, so I will start to have fun with the dragon scales. So let me save as whatever I have right now. Yeah, here, let's save it here. Close. Okay, here's our substance designer. Let's go crazy. 2K by 2K metallic rough. Even if it's empty, it's totally fine. This we can delete. Anyway, it's totally fine. So we can create a base material, create output nodes. No, we just create the output nodes from here just to see, and we can say show output nodes in 3D view so we can see what's happening. Now I know substance designer to some extent, where I know how to get things done, how much I need it. But for this one, I already show it. Like if you want to make it in Blender, it's really easy. I can show it also afterward this, but quickly we can make it here. So basically we use two things. First we need to make a shape, and then we just put it to tile maker. Okay, so I have habit of, where is tile? It was tile only, no, because I have used the old one. So where is that one? It's not tile random. Time sampler was good because it have more options. Okay, so I use, it's heavier than the other ones, as much as I remember. And during, I believe, through what time we were super crazy about it. Afterwards, it's just like use case, like whenever we need it, we just use it. I can show what I was doing, like basically some procedural stuff we need to do, like bitmap to materials type of stuff, or we need to make a variation or quickly add changes to it. So I always do it in substance designer, because you can just put one image and then you can bring in other images and you can just run it through the same thing. Like texture conversion, maybe you need to. So Photoshop also can do it, but here if you want to convert bunch of textures, big texture, and to make packed material, packed textures, like ARM map or MRA map. So you can just bring those textures again and just plug it into those nodes and you have it. And I usually add more details on top of it, like bitmap to material. Sometimes I use bevel for adding this crisp edge in there. I can show someday, like if we when we start working with foliage, this which I'm planning after this. So that's what I want to do mainly. So base color we need to need this one we need, and height we can have also, which we can simply plug in after making it from here. So now it need the pattern input, so which is just shape. Okay, and first, now if we, I don't know if we have a skew shape already. What other shapes we have? And shape we have square, disc. I don't know if they have add another one afterwards. Brick. Yeah, so I don't think there is any for now. So we can I think warp. Okay, so we can take input and we say take gradient, gradient linear, this one. Okay, because this can define the strength mostly by the thing. So we need to make it, basically go angle is good. If I look here, you see we can basically make it tilted, and if it don't go beyond, you can make it like that. Yeah. As for now, it's going here in this direction. Either we can make it small or we can transform it. So we got this shape, and I would make it more transform, because this side does not matter. This side matters because we are making it. Let's send it fully in, and now we can mirror. Do we have mirror in here? Yes. Okay, we got this, and I believe, and I will show another thing. Like, so imagine with this is thing in the transform, or you can go to tiling mode absolute and say no tiling. So that way it will not create the tiling. Now we can control by directional wrap how much, how much we want it to be uh, tilted. Good. We have shape, and we can just say have it. Why I did not took it? So pattern input. And there's another thing we need to add. This have a bevel. The one thing is it have a bevel. Bevel, what do you mean, is basically have this extrusion inside type of shape, and second it have this gradual thing. So both of the thing we can, once we can have with this gradient, once we, that one thing we can add gradient, and second thing we can add a bevel. So bevel is simple. There is bevel node. Okay, so the bevel, you just give it a, and just create this thing. We just want it inwards. Okay, depending on how much we want it, like maybe 0.2 is good. Okay, and you can smooth it also. You feel it, no, this is too sharp, you can just smooth it, and then we can blend. uh, we can use the same gradient also, it's not an issue. We can add and subtract or multiply simply, like so. Basically, if you subtract time, are we okay? Background, first one here and that one there, right? So you got basically in here, you can control it how much you want it to be. Imagine we say, okay, go all in, and then we can plug this in the tile, and we can look at it. Now, how many these need? This comes from basically little bit of math. Okay, so we need to know how big this is. Okay, so how big this is. Usually, if we have to go with assumption, or we have to go to Google Maps and we need to see people standing by it, and then we have to calculate. Here we have people, There's no one by the door. Maybe nobody's allowed inside. Maybe. So is there any person standing next to it? Nope. So we can, for the quick purpose sake, like imagine, we can imagine this is 2 meter, and this is 2 meter also. Okay. So we can calculate how many tiles there are: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and I will, for the sake of give it 16. When there are 16, and then we have to make, we'll see how many we did. Imagine with 16 on the other side also. So this is 16 already, which is good. And now we have size, and we'll just scale it. Okay, so we roughly, and if you look at the reference, how much distance, so basically where the V shape is basically aligning there. So maybe we have to fix our V shape and make it more longer compared to what it is now. Okay, so we have scaled it 3, so let's scale it more. The 4 is just like eating it away. So when the corner is roughly matching, here is 2, let's go with 2, and we offset it also. Position, there is offset, and we offset it to the corner, 0.5. Okay, looks good, but this blackness will hurt us basically. And I believe we have background here, which we can make uniform color and make it grayscale, and then look at it, and it's black right now. And what I'm gonna sample something from here, and then we can play with it, like what value can work for it. It's definitely not 100% correct yet, but we are playing with it. I'll make it a little bit bigger, 3, and we can work with our warp to make it long basically. So now we have it. This is our height map basically, and if you need more, we can simply, I will just duplicate this one to blend it with this here, so we have separate. Okay, Milan asking X to switch nodes. Okay, thanks for this. Like I'm really rusty rusty on this, but yeah, this will help. When working on SD, does SD automatically make a tile label, or we have to prepare the shapes and make it? Yeah, that's the wonderful part of SD. Everything is tileable in Substance Designer. So whichever thing you will use in Substance Designer is tileable basically. Every noise, even if you scale the noise up and down, it will be tileable. So that's the beauty of it. But like you, if you intentionally don't want the tiling, then you can break it from here. Otherwise it's tiling, and you can, like we have did in our transform tiling, you can keep it on horizontal or vertical only also. So this help, like in trims, for the case for trims you can do that. So yeah, it's tile normally. Let me try your x, where to select. Nice, thanks. Yeah, so this one, Julia, I remember when you, I think it's in Blender only. Maybe you switch, and it switch the things automatically, like in Blender. I think. So it's okay. So this one is height, and what did it do? Just there's something, I think, in material default. This tessellation and displacement is on, and you can go to edit, I believe, and the styling is 1. And there should be diameter is so many, sheen, entropy, height, tessellation. So let's add more. Let's see. View outputs in 3D view. Still nothing. Why no more displacement? Height is there. So from here it's easy, like this thing that you can have height to normal map world units. This is there. You just plug in height and you get this lovely this thing, and we have issue a little bit here which we can fix. It's not an issue. And yeah, you can control how much in there, the depth and everything. You control it. Let's plug it into normal. Look at that. Why the displacement is not showing up? Hmm, material is there, no? So let's try parallax. And it is going. But where is in the height? I think there will be scale also. Yup, is there. Let's mark it 10. Oh, let's go crazy. Okay, now we have it. Okay, we have snake skin. Now from to make the color is also fun. Where is our, okay, so we'll use this the color on top of our tiles on the Slavic church. Which one was it here? Let's use somewhere. It's not color corrected, but who cares? And we have color with gradient map. Gradient take it, and then a gradient, and then this. Where did our go? So just shortcut is not working for some reason. And this always on pick gradient, and then we just get crazy. And it's definitely going bluish, which I want it to be brownish. And more value a little bit. Okay, for now we can just go with simple color because you can add details definitely. And metal neck, of course, why it is metal anyway. And roughness we can again add. And we can add anything. Noise, cloud. You can take grunge also. That will be fine. And then we can level it. Can't it add? How can we add it here simply without? And we just okay. Nothing too crazy. Right, so we have simply our dragon skills. Now this start to get crazy after this. Basically you can do the procedures before also and after also. This is all up to you, and you can add how to add a yeah, like point. So we link everything to this. Okay, so we can move it, and we can press D also, so this can tag along. Okay, so the one of the best thing was the slope wall blur, which I don't know any other. If you know any other, this was always the one of the favorite, and there is this one. You can use cloud, and I remember there used to be grain or spots or something like that. Um, Gaussian spots is like very uniform spots. They used to be. This could be. Let's try this one, and this go. You increase the samples, min max, whichever you want, and then you can, and we need larger at this point. I think this is not big enough, so we can do this one afterward also. So I will use Perlin noise, which will add slightly, but it does not look well here because it's going to repeat on all of them. So I believe we should add it afterwards only. So let's use the cloud and see the difference between these two. Yeah, it crazy. So you have slightly, and you can do, the highlight part, or the the other part. So let's try. Yeah, I'm so look at that. Yes, and it will be baked, and this definitely can work in Blender when we're gonna bring it. But we need to add more damages on the edges. Vilas, the way you class the node, can we do it in UV material setup as well? I don't think so. You can make it minimized, you can make it smaller, but you cannot make it stick to it. You can make those frames. I believe whatever you make in frame stays in the frame, so you can move the frame around, I believe. So that is surely possible, but I don't think this one. So let's try another thing. Let's another slope blur. Okay. And let's try Gaussian spots. So let's try changing the mode. But I'm trying to find out like how we can just break the edges. This currently is big. So if we can break this from, you can see it's working on the gradient but not on the corner. But can we do it beforehand only? Let me see. So before even we do this, let me try here, and we do cloud because it's a straight Berlin. So if we can make it smaller also. Yeah. So Sandra, that like I think we have to do this here. Let's see what minimum is doing inside, which is good. So can we? Because this here we have a gradient. So we, if I say like we blend these two here, and if I get this one, let me try this one. So if I take two, because I want this type of damages in here. So let me try this with this one. Whatever. Why did it not take it seriously? Okay, so I think it's scale maybe. Yeah. Yeah, because it's straight, no? Yeah. But we don't want to change the scale. We want to keep it same. And let's try blending it and overlay. Not where's this? Let's take this one. Background. This uses as damage in there. Good. Here, yeah, there is damage. Yeah, not much. So I don't think this will work because I want to just want to break these corners, nothing else. And here it will be. Let's try one more thing. So we got the corner from here. So this is the corner, and we plug this in. So we got some damages basically in here. This we will try to do something with this. It's fun. Let me try. I don't know if this will work or not, but basically I'm trying to get those edges damage. Now we can say multiply will do the same thing, but not overlay. But how can we just not add also? How can we make this just the corner here? Keep that edge detect. Didn't detect anything. Okay. Okay. We have edge detect now. We put this one here. We got something, and then we blend this with subtract. Yep, but it's crazy now. Yeah, we reach somewhere. Let's try this one. If it, yeah, it detected edge, and then we can invert it. We got some edge damage. Perfectly perfect. Finally. So we need to. It's not the correct solution, but we achieve something else, like this layering chipper. And we can reduce this one. I was like, this is enough for the practice in here. Let's not waste too much time. But we got our shingles, which we can use it. And on top of that, if it's made of wood or something else, then we can use the image textures definitely in here. Okay, so without any shame. Yeah. So yeah. So this is normal and a height, slightly in the height. Good. And what else? What else? But I really wanted to, like, I'm saying, like, I'm not the best one to do it, but basically I wanted this edge chipper. So if I do with this here, like that. I want to chip off on the corners basically on there, but it's not the exact, not the add. So on the add also, multiply do not work, subtract do not work, overlay will not work. Yeah, this, let's just stick to it. I will maybe again catch up to this and maybe one day. Basically, we need to bevel it up, like how we did it in Blender. So basically, edge damage basically, not everywhere. So this is good. And for same, you can export this thing also exactly like that, or you can make. So I usually like to do it manually, and I will desktop church textures, and we call it mm, roof scales 1A, and I will save it as tx with darker ga here, tx, this is albedo, and we need to save normal map. Other maps we don't need at the moment, and we need the height map for Blender basically, so we're gonna use it there. Like here now we have it. If you want to make it in Blender, as I've shown it before also, you can I can show it again. And now we have this plane which is 2 meter, right? 2 meter it is. So yeah, and let me come to here. And if you want to, again the baking setup is same, that you can keep the plane and you can bake it on top of it, and we can use again geometry nodes. If you want to control it, we can control it there, but it does not matter here because we're gonna create it again uh, inside the geometry node. But what matters is creating the tile mesh basically. So that was easy, we have made it before also. Okay. And simply, and I will do a inset here. Inset basically create the mesh in, and I select, I will remove that one. So we got basically a tile going diagonally. So we'll see how we can change these settings here on it always. We can remove, you can remove this one also if you want to. So let's keep that for now. Maybe I can scale it outwards. Maybe that will, let's keep without it. In here you create a new geometry nodes. It's really easy, like you don't have to be scared like of geometry node. If you can uh, play with it, just start a little bit with the distribution and some simple operations like we are doing here. So first we need a grid. It's simply the same plane which we have. Okay. So we can say, okay, we need 200 by 200, and here you can define vertices. There is a reason, because the previously what we did, we randomly made points on the faces, which was distribute points on face. If I do that, it's gonna randomly generate. You can go, there is no other way to control it basically here. If you're gonna go with this one, what you can do, and also like I'm pressing space for the search bar. For that you need to go to preferences. If you're set it up for the first time, then in the key map on the interface, key map input is there. Yeah, here in the here you say space, what space bar does. Usually do the play. You can do tool also. I usually keep it search, so you can search in any context. Like you can search in the space bar, search for tool. Here you can search nodes. Even in the material you can search those nodes. Okay, it's similar to substance designer, so I like that. Like you press space and you search thing, which is really handy. So you say mesh to points. Yes. Okay, so basically here what it is doing, it is creating on what is it? You can say edges, you can say faces. Okay, and here were our so if we divided, we needed 16. If we say 15 by 15, so we got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14 what? Okay, so it's going by the exact number how many we need. Okay, so then there is another challenge which didn't think about, like this need to be adjacent, which I'm not sure how we can sort out, but we can instance on points. So we have these points from here, and we made this geometry, this cube. Okay, we can drag and drop, or we can simply put this geometry as an instance. Yeah, so you can change the scale. This is not exactly because we need to offset that. I did not thought about how we can do that. So don't mind me. I don't know currently how to currently do that basically. But if I attempt to do it, see if I say okay, just come to select it. Okay. So if I attempt to do this one, and I will turn off this one. Now we can subdivide this one, right? And we can subdivide to n number. Okay, how many? So we if we add another one on top of it, like search subdivision. Okay, and in under the subdivision surface you have this option to keep the corners, like if you want to keep it sharp, the open geometry. If I come here and we say not face orientation, wireframe, and remove optimal, now we have 1 2 3 4, we will have 16. So I will make one more, and we have decimate basically, and you unsubdivide one. It gives you something like this. I don't know if it will work here, right, for our case, but basically it gives you diamond shape. Okay. But overall what we can do here, I think we can create, if I try to use some workaround, then we can, I think we have wave texture. Okay, which is simply a wave, and then you can say transform geometry. You can transform the geometry based on this basically. So let's just try it. If it don't, then we just move on. Okay. Okay, these are the points, and we can take it as, you can separate it. You can say uh, it's x y z. If you search, there is combine x y z. Okay, so you can just say okay, we just want it on x direction, and then you can say okay, transform into this, and it gave us error. Oh, okay, yeah. So now I remember. Now it need the field which I was not able to sort out yet, or there is a position node. Here we can add this one. Okay, now you see it offsetted this one. So now the thing is this, you can transform vector. Again, it's vector transform. Where is it? There is no node. What? Maybe it's in a material. Maybe. So basically, we need to have it in the other direction. Like that. Okay. So now we have this one, and you can change the scale until we have something like this. Okay, so it's, I don't know what this number is, 6. If I make it, does not mark 5.9 is not exactly, but I don't know why 5.9 works here. So here we have, we have offsetted it little, so we can not transform, map range, or we can multiply with value also. So we can say math here. See, it automatically connects there. So that's what I was asking then. So we can say 0.1. Okay, and we can say how much we need to offset it basically here, right? So we have our tiling thing, and we definitely need to, why we have normals on. Grab y, I will just make it long so it fits. So basically I think we just needed to make it long, so it would have fine in there as well in substance. So now we have this, right? So as I shown before, we just need to bake it. So we have mat cap as well, so I will just show you here simply. This, you can grab it. For now this is the OpenGL, that's why it's not showing up, but it is there. And another thing we can do, you can duplicate and keep the same plane as bake plane like we have here, and selected to cursor. So now we have this plane is the bake plane, and this one is thing. So what we need to do here, I will simply add geometry to it, and we can simply bevel the needed surfaces. Now you have this geometry. Okay, and I can have subdivision added to it only. And once you have this, then you can just start playing with our displace game. And here we just need to, because it did not realize, so we need to realize geometry, I believe. We can use clouds here. Okay, now in geometry node, I think we need to add realize instances, and then it become whatever it become. 0.1. Okay, so in the texture we make it smaller, so we can add double also on this. Like if you, this could be our, imagine you can, let me go crazy and reduce the wireframe, and let's make it gray again. This one is 2.01. Okay, so you have some undulation. And another thing you can do is this vertex you can select, and you can add group. I don't know if you're gonna save it, So you can well, there's no other vertex actually, so let's just select these ones in the middle and you assign 1 inward and you assign 0. That means we just want to work on those vertices. Let's see if it works, because I'm doubtful if we geometry nodes we need to transfer it specifically. Okay, so in here there is no data. So yeah, that's because this geometry is different than that, so we need to, it does not work like that. But basically we can create there's another texture now. We can, decrease the size, okay, and you know work as tiny level details. But edge you can work in here as well. So if I search for displays and I can use the texture 2 maybe, and I can say okay only on the group 1, so you see it only work on those points, and I said 1, and you have some damaged edge. But this how to transfer it, I'm not sure how to transfer that honestly, but you get some, this ugly looking badge. Okay, I see. So some damage, some surface is too big, I think. Right. So some details. This you can bake, like you can export this as a high poly mesh, and then you can bake and you can sculpt this also. And there is also a thing you can use a collection. You can make multiple of these. You can put it in a collection like shingles, and then you sculpt those, and you can randomize it in here as well. So that's how you can basically get in there. So coming back to our main thing, which was here. Yeah. So we have this, we need to replace it. We have it there. So what we need is we go to shading. We already have it. And where is the texture folder? I open. I had it, no? I had it open. Okay, so here, church textures, scales, and we can have height map, but here we need normal and basically albedo. So I'll just put albedo here and normal map here. And just the only thing, this we need to make it non-color so it don't look odd. So we see something is there. It do not work exactly. If I show you, oh, this is normal map. Why normal map look like this? Albedo is there. Why normal map look like this? Okay, we need to fix it. This we need to export. Now it's good. Look at that. So we can add displacement here, which is rendering thing, but we need to add it in our this one. So is texture 3, we say roof scales. Nice, caps lock is on. Okay. So we know which one is it. It is roof scales, and we need to open, and we take the height map, and definitely we see, because the last one was crazy high. 1 is, I think, is still too much. Mid level is shifted, so 0.5. So yeah, so this one we definitely need to make it longer in there. But look at this, why it is Is it underneath something? Yes, I think. Push it up. Okay. Looks good, right? It's basically less geometry right now, but if we put material, you will see normal map and other non-color only. It's not all good. It's okay. Okay, so we got the thing in here, and the top part will definitely will have a different details as we discussed. Right, this one, we can separate it out. I think it's already separate. Yeah. Yes. What? Okay. I was like, what happened here? Now this one have a certain detail in here. If we look, this one we are following. So there is this trim gonna be, and then there is this again. We gonna create these trims around, which I'm gonna use this one. This is on a fine depth. So again, unduplicate it, push covering it. We're gonna delete this one. Right? And honestly, you can separate out everything. And so this part, you can just again link to the same thing. So whenever we export the higher level stuff, it gonna you know. So yeah, so that gonna do it, and then here we can do solidify. Is it to add thickness to it? Again, make it just a little bit higher than this. So this basically trim we can use on all the corners, even outside, even inside we can do it. Anyway, this does not align well, but just to cover it up, we can use it other way. Like this is this, and this other way trim in there. Okay, so let's see any messages. Rodrigo, hello, hello, hello. How are you? Good, good, good. Have food. I'm hungry also now. You named it already. Damn you. Um, what are you having? Then do you have a video for PNG trees, PCG trees on mountains? We can talk about it in next session. Definitely. In PCG is I used procedural volumes which are much more convenient. I haven't tried the PCG biome tool yet, but normally PCG thing is simply same like we did in here. You distribute some point and then you instance on those points. That we can discuss in next session on Friday. Okay, so let's fix that in there. But let's focus on church for now. Okay. Okay, backpack. And again, this one we can mirror. We don't need to you know, make it again and again. Soft to solidify, you have it here. And I think what we did, we duplicated this piece multiple times. So what we have to do is maybe keep the sideways separate and make the face of it separate, if you know what I mean. So basically what we did last time, we make it this whole thing one, because we are duplicating it multiple times, using it to place it in multiple areas. It might cause problems. And this is the big ones. Where is the small one? Didn't we use it? If we didn't use it, then it's cool. If it's this one, I think it's the big one. This one we are working on, and this one is this, which we should have technically working on. Should be. So the material is here. So what we can technically do, select. Let's just continue with this. We what I had to do. What happened? Okay, this need a different material. So we can separate out. We can say a new roof. We can make trims also out of it. Yeah. And for now, we just give it a color. So just to cover up the corner. Cooch. Yeah. So as I was saying, like we have this whole mesh on the other side. So what we need to do is this one. We just need this roof and the top part so that we can duplicate it around. But the front cap type of thing we need to make separately. Here we have we need to add a plank. This face was interesting, no? If you remember, we have all the things. Let me select all. I will unselect what we don't need, and then we basically right. Yeah, we will make the fillers filling now. Okay, so this front was good. Here you see. So we have a plank behind it, and then we have this beautiful looking stuff. Same thing. What we can do. Extrude along a normal will this work? We can mirror it definitely. Yeah. So here I'll just push it in and select this inset. And something crazy is happening here. Yeah. Yeah, it have still have I think I have corrected face attributes on. This is like preserve UVs in Maya. I don't know if Max, but it is called. And this is something like that. So say we have this. Okay, so this will act as this plank behind this trim. You can see maybe it will keep it behind. Maybe this we can call this trim, and then we have plank. And now separate it out. And we can keep it separate because this can be part of separate uh, uh, separate thing basically, but we can separate it later on also. Now this one also we can separate. Solidify. Let's work in. Okay. Where did it go? Did I delete it accidentally? I think yes. Let's make it thicker. And for this, we can create this pattern, and then we can place it like which we can either we can create it mesh now, and then we can replicate it in the trim texture basically, or the other like which is really simple way, you can just make, we can just make mesh and just get done with it. Run away. For this one, I have diagonal thing. So let me try. If I select, let's keep this one, and if I subdivide it, what happens? I want to see if we get this, and we got it actually. So if this is the edge, this is the, we need it the other way now. So I can select this, join it, and here if you not sure, there is snapping edge center. Yeah, so let's see if it works. Mm, you press shift and you get to edge center basically. Good. Now from here we need to pick. Good. This is edge. I think we are adding more than needed, but it's okay. All edges, and we can bevel them simply, and we can we, let me try. If we, no, that will not work. I think it's larger than this. I think if we mirror it, will this work? Because it will be much easier if we just take the strips in here. I will take this one. I'll show you what I mean. We are doing just, and I will just have solidify, make it thicker, add a mirror. Okay, now this is the, we can say, okay, this is the one here. This one, and then we can simply, you know, move it. I felt this will be much easier than making a grid there. Yeah, we can aligning with the thing. We can duplicate. Here, let's move them behind. Okay, this will be covered definitely. Okay, so to make this one, we can press G to move the vertex around edge. And this one, we can simply make a face here. and distance. Okay, so we got something. If we want something on the behind it, is we have this face. Okay, and we can select all of it and press. It should be here. Let me just do this. So it's behind that, and this one definitely need to support it here. Like 10. This let's make 5, and what else is here? And we have this trim. Okay, the trim is remaining. I think other things are sorted. If we select this link copy modifiers, on this we can do merge also. This we can keep slight gap. Okay, good. And this cross is in front, so another way to hide our mistakes if we have any, which is good for us. Now this is the only thing on the trim. So to make it, we can use array simply in here. What I can do, should I rotate it and see? We can put array on it. So imagine there is a certain type of shape in here. Imagine if we want to go with this, so we have other ones also, as I shown in here. We have go to for designs also, and we had this wonderful artist. So where did it go? Hmm, this one's right. So to design basically, if we want to, but let's focus on this one. Okay, let's try to make this. Add, add to plate, and in array is there is other angles. To make sure this is straight. Now we have 3 strips going on here, so I will simply end those. And why array? Because of, I think, because of rotation it's going up. Let's freeze rotation for now. Okay, so now this will repeat. Basically whatever we're gonna do here, it's gonna repeat, and we can pick a point from where we want to repeat this one. So this one seems because I want to make it intertwined, which feels like intertwined, but it has only one is going up, the other one seems straight, so like it's going up and down. We can select this one, send it down, and the bottom ones, because this one is, if it's straight to this one, like if this is coming, it's coming straight to that one. If you see, if it feel like that. Now let's separate this out. Just move it slightly here. What I'm trying here is trying to move it ahead till here. See, this is for now it's at relative. We can make it constant also. Okay, so that this much it should move, which we can change later on as well. We will try to match it with this one, so that this goes and it matches with this one, and this one continue straight and match with this one. So let me this back almost. And we can reduce this one till here. Okay, I hope it is making sense. What I was trying to do, basically, one we can make it up and one we can make it down. You bring it up, push it back, this one, and which one is it? This one. Yes. So let's go back. Basically, yeah, that's what my idea was, like from here go up and then go from here. Does these faces matter here? Can this work? I hope. I'm just matching these. So next time we'll just move them together. Cool. Seems good. Just the overall intertwined it is. This we can bring up. This we can bring down. And we can make it less thicker, so it don't look, I know I'm just doing it more crazy than how it is in design, but yeah, it's fun how it is. fill x0, and we can merge it also here. Move it slightly. I can crazily, make it up also if we want to. This will be super intertwined, but it's okay. Imagine we are happy with this. And cooch. And array we can make it more. So if I rotate 50, and we can go local. Why don't have? And we can, from here, we can do mirror. Rather than doing this, we can say, okay, this object, and we can crop it. We can crop the bottom also. Yes. And okay, cool. This look good. Like as a crown also, it look good. To me, actually. I use it as crown also. And behind this one, we can simply mirror. So we cover the back. We can bake it afterward. Don't worry. And similarly, we need to do the same thing. So what I can do, duplicate this one. Move the cursor to geometry. Yeah. So this is much better detail and everything. So what we need to do, I would simply keep this here and the face inside, separate out all these parts as separate. And this one is this, I will be keep transform, so there is no transform value anyway. So we can unique 6 meter, I will say face, like face means cap kind of. Okay, and I will select not this one but this one, it's wooden plank, and we add it to this one, and this one can go, let's move it inside with this frame need to go to the other one. This design can go there. This is the roof's part. Okay, so now we have one extra piece to export basically. and we can, is already there. Let's go to, and this is wooden only, so we can keep it for now. If we want to unwrap it, we can unwrap, and we say unwrap, and we can make them straight. And which direction the wood is? This direction. Now we need to make it smaller and just make sure the match inside the thing, because we later on we're gonna make a separate wood one without these planks, and yeah, so that will. Okay, we got this one, and this head also, let's give it the same wood. Unwrap, unwrap smart UV scale 0.5 for now. And I'm just basically making it good. So we have these two. I'm going to export it simply, and then we can see. Select these two. It's gonna take some time. For some reason, it is really crying before export. And I was speaking in the start, we can make pillars, some pillar with some details and some one plane, so that we can do as well. Still exporting. Let's see if someone have any chat question. uh yeah, designer question we have already covered. We'll do the PCG next session. And Milan, we have Milan. Take care, man. Thank you very much for being here. Okay, come on, export. Because they maybe they're like there are instances and linkings and everything. That's why maybe it takes time to, because there is nothing much in the mesh to need to be authored like that. Okay, they both took 80 seconds, so that means something is there which is stopping them to not work properly. And we can do the same thing here. Look at that. Select all these, select this, link, copy modifiers, and we have this piece. We can duplicate here. Just to keep it same with you. That's why I'm bringing the same thing. And if I why it is not, oh, it's already two meshes. Something is hmm, yeah, because of the modifier. I'm going to make a geometry center of this edge. Try to match it. Just to match or just to cover up our. Make it straight first. I think it will be easy to. Let's take this one. Just the corner. And we can duplicate this. Slightly. Good. And this one I'm gonna just see if we can. So we can just simply add loop. I will match the corners. Create this one. Good. Okay, so we can add just solidify to this. Yeah, thicker. This one we need to flip the normals. And where this is. Select this one, control P parent and keep transforms. This one, this one. This will hide our this corner artifacts a lot. And there is nothing below it also, that also we need to make, and we don't need this face. Okay, so this is good. Let's we have exported these two already. With Unreal. Open source location. Okay, and I will bring in the face. And when we're gonna re-import it, there will be possibly a hole here. Yeah. And we did a mistake last time to not basically it's overwriting the scene, so which kind of create a small problem for us. So we have detail, geometry, and we have some trims in here, and we have tiles, and the material does not match. We need to do that. So it's placed on all the sides. Maybe we need to make another one to with the scales. So this could only be used for the front one. The other one we can replace easily. by making variation. Like similarly we need for the wall. All these pieces should automatically update once we export it. And let's just bring in the compile and save, and I will replace the materials in there. We have textures and skills, and let's put this one for now. Okay, so look at this, no trouble, right? So similarly we can bring in with even in this roof, if you feel like no, this is too much, too heavy, it's definitely it's 200,000, we can simply decimate it. We can say okay, make it 0.1, right? So it will keep the shapes there, but we're gonna have way more optimized. Let's try to make it more less. Let's see if it hold. It kind of held the shapes. So if we, so it's kind of there, but it's too less, I think. Point 0.05. Yeah, more. 0.1 is fine, I believe. It's good number. Yep. So this is good number, and now we can export this. Again, this is the children of this one. So remember to select and export simply. Now we just need to re-import and it will be just fine. It takes some time. So other than that, could have exported all of them because there are these meshes which are supposed to be the one which we have exported. So we'll put those one instead of these. And let's open our so yeah, so this stuff look more clean and simple, but this in the texture we can make changes and everything will apply. Like we have height map and decimate and everything will come from substance designer if we make some changes in here, right? Because we use the same height map to put displacement on the plane in Blender, it will automatically work. For example, we go here and in rotation random, we say okay, just put one is too much, 0.1 is also so like this much we want, and we can have, we just need to save these as of again. So I will replace the albedo normal map, and we have height map. So I replaced it. So when I come here, we have height map. So I'll just reload it. We're gonna do, did it? Yeah, I think it's already did. So like this shingle is angled in here. And material, definitely we just need to reload, and now we can just simply export it again. Ooh. Let me just end it with this ones. What's the name of, just have this angle, these don't, so this will not work. So here, because it's in this way, so that's why I'm trying to set it up same way, because the rotation and everything will mess up, because these don't have any rotation value. So if we did not export it the same way, might cause problem. Not might, it's definitely gonna cause problems. Oh, this, it came back, no? Okay, so this one we have transfer the name. Okay, so we can delete these ones. Remove this. Selected all of them. Everything is same. We just export. Technically, it should replace in there. And we can, meanwhile, we can just basically play and see from around. These holes we definitely need to fix. We need to make planks or stuff like that inside these roofs. What is here which is stopping our player? No. So yeah, we have our details in here in the front, which is good. And you can simply have procedural system for this. Okay, so this is the last export we're gonna do. So if you have any questions, you can ask, and that's gonna be today. Definitely, because it's a heavy mesh. Export it. Let's try re-import. Even if it don't work, I'm gonna just call it a day. These four we re-import. You see it happening here. Perfect. Right now we have this corner piece which can hide our details. We have this thing, this again same thing. We're gonna use similar detail we have here on these smaller ones. So it's just a matter of like these things takes time. It's just slowly, and only this corner which need to be filled, otherwise it look floating. So we will make some plank underneath it. Okay. So yeah. So that's it for today. So if you guys have any question, you can reach out to me on Discord. And as always, just watch other videos which I post in there. There are portfolio reviews in the lineup from a long time that will cover up. So if you need a portfolio review, you can sign up from the top mid page. And yeah, keep working on your scene, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.